Imagine being lost in a dark forest and finding a house made entirely of candy. Sounds magical, right? But what if it's a trap? Dive into the thrilling story of Hansel and Gretel to find out what happens next. Hansel and Gretel, a tale of courage and cleverness. Once upon a time, a poor woodcutter lived with his two children, Hansel and Gretel, and their wicked stepmother. Food was scarce, and one night the stepmother whispered to the father, "We can't feed them. Tomorrow we must leave them in the forest." Heartbroken but too weak to argue, he agreed. Hansel overheard the plan and comforted Gretel. "Don't worry, I'll think of something." That night, Hansel snuck outside and collected shiny white pebbles. The next morning, as they were led deep into the forest, Hansel dropped the pebbles along the path. Left alone, the children followed the gleaming trail back home. The father was relieved, but the stepmother was furious. "Tomorrow will take them even deeper," she hissed. This time Hansel couldn't gather pebbles, so he used breadcrumbs instead. But when they tried to follow the trail, the crumbs were gone, eaten by birds. Lost and frightened, Hansel and Gretel wandered through the forest. Just when they thought all hope was lost, they stumbled upon a magical sight, a house made entirely of candy. Its walls were chocolate, the roof was sugar icing, and the windows sparkled like candy glass. Starving, they began to nibble. Suddenly the door creaked open. A kind-looking old woman appeared. "Come inside, my dears," she said sweetly. "I'll give you food and a warm bed." Grateful, the children followed her in, but the woman wasn't kind. She was a wicked witch. She locked Hansel in a cage, planning to fatten him up and eat him. "You, little girl, will do the cooking," she cackled. Days passed, and the clever Hansel tricked the witch by sticking out a bone instead of his finger whenever she checked if he was plump enough to eat. "Why are you still so thin?" she grumbled. Finally, impatient, the witch decided to eat him anyway. She ordered Gretel to prepare the oven. "Is it hot enough?" she demanded. Gretel had an idea. "I don't know how to check," she said innocently. "Can you show me?" The witch leaned into the oven, and with all her strength, Gretel pushed her inside and slammed the door shut. The witch was gone for good. The siblings searched the witch's house and found treasure hidden inside. They filled their pockets and followed the sunlight through the forest, where they found their way home. Their father embraced them with tears of joy, for the stepmother had left. Together, they lived happily ever after, never hungry again. What do you think of Hansel and Gretel's bravery and quick thinking? Share your favourite part in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more magical stories.